This is July 2022. The scene of a rare viscous mudslide in the Upper Gilgit River in northern Pakistan. There is too much sediment in the debris flow fluid flying along the valley. The ratio to water can even reach around 40%. So it looks like flowing concrete that covers the entire river. And hurtling down the Gilgit River. During the rapid flow of debris, there was wave after wave. A large amount of sediment and other substances are continuously accumulated in the river valley. And they create this incredible spectacle of this rare viscous mudslide rolling through the valley. Such a natural wonder is like a flower that cannot be floated compared to Journey to the West. The 800 miles of quicksand river where goose feathers are sure to compare with dust may be comparable. Compared to a normal mudslide, this viscous debris flow like mud in the picture has a higher solubility. It's more viscous. Due to its high viscosity, the flow rate will be slightly slower. But in the event of an outbreak, if you unfortunately fall into it, it is difficult to have a more effective means of rescue. Being in it is like being in real mud. Through this close-up lens, you can feel the terrifying destructive power contained in the fluid. The reason why this viscous debris flow appears like waves after waves. It is also formed because the sediment content in the fluid is too large. As I said earlier, up to about 40% of the sediment makes the fluid more viscous. The valley where the mudslides occurred at the same time was also a curved trench, coupled with the huge flow of this mudslide. A large amount of viscous fluid is flowing downstream from the valley. A brief blockage occurs when passing through a curved groove. Then, under the continuous impact of subsequent debris flows, the blocked area will be reopened. And when the fluid impact decreases, it becomes blocked again. And so again and again, you get this fluid shock. The longer the interval between the two shocks, the more mud builds up. Correspondingly, the impact force generated after flushing the blockage position will be greater. You can see that with the wave after wave of shock, the huge amount of sediment carried by the fluid is accumulating more and more throughout the channel. Under the impact of mudslides again and again, this road bridge in the middle of the valley looks pretty dangerous too. As the debris flow under the bridge continues to accumulate, it's only a matter of time before the fluid slowly crosses the bridge. And it's really clear in this wide open shot here. In the thick fluid, several large rocks are being pushed downstream by the tremendous impact. So you can imagine how much impact these flowing mud will have. As the mudslides continue to flow downstream for a period of time. In the end, the road bridge in Hagu did not escape the result of the slow fluid bridge. You can see under the impact of the mudslide, the entire bridge deck is now completely covered with dark brown sediment. And and that meant that the valley road was also temporarily cut off. People and vehicles waiting to pass can only stay on both sides of the bridge. And we're forced to admire the spectacular images of this rare viscous mudslide churning through the valley. At this time, the array flow phenomenon in the valley is still appearing. Before another wave flows out, the person standing on high issued a reminder to the crowd in the valley. The people who heard the reminder quickly retreated to avoid. In the blink of an eye, another violent stream swoops down like a herd of descaling wild horses. After an instant pause, it flew towards the downstream valley that had been silted into a smooth river. The sediment content in the debris flow fluid can be seen from the continuous accumulation of sediment on the bridge deck. In this mudslide, water is no longer the transport medium for sediment and gravel. It's just one of the major constituents in the fluid. According to estimates, a single grain of rice, a viscous debris flow, can weigh about 1.5 tons. And as you can imagine, these are rivers of water. How powerful can it be in the process of rapid flow? In other words, this road bridge can survive the continuous impact of such a dense fluid. Compared to those tofu drags bridges that can't even withstand ordinary floods. The quality of the construction is truly exceptional. Here we must give a big compliment to the builders of this bridge. The slippery landslide was actually triggered by a relatively small rainfall in northern Pakistan. The reason why a small amount of rain can cause such a severe mudslide. It all boils down to the deforestation of vegetation by the local people and the various mining areas that are scattered throughout the area. And the loss of vegetation leaves the earth bare. And that leads to erosion. Then it affects the absorption and interception of precipitation by the ground. Under these surface conditions, even small amounts of rain can easily pool together to form torrents. Excessive mining can destabilize surface and subsurface rock formations, causing the weathering and loosening of rocks. Once hit by the current, it is easy to form mud and stone. Therefore, it can be said that this is a man-made natural disaster. Fishing was just the trigger for this sticky mudslide. The frequent economic activities of human beings are the real reasons for the debris flow disaster.